What up, y'all? It's Corey. I just want to, at the top of this video, address some things to get them out of the way because I said what I said and I can correct myself and I can also explain why I said what I said. Although I'm not going to spend a lot of time of my time explaining to you why I said what I said. But since it came up, I'm going to address the Trump video. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. If you don't receive the message, you don't receive the message. However, someone is going to hear it and see it because where there's the one you saying you didn't receive it, there's five saying they heard it. You know, the other thing, me calling the Trump supporters garbage and telling them how they're going to go down in the history books. I'm not sorry for saying it that way. Charlemagne the God was right. When they go low, take it to the flow with them. Donald Trump has been insulting people constantly since he stepped on the platform of trying to be our president. Constantly. And sometimes you got to meet people where they are. So I'm not pulling back any of my feelings about Donald Trump the person. But his supporters aren't garbage. They're just misinformed. That's all. That's all I wanted to say that. Get that out the way. Now, back to the healing some of this trauma. So I'm glad that I'm doing this, and it's really tough and it's really hard, and I'm here for you. So I learned some things, and it's gonna be, you can look back at the videos and see for yourself. I noticed that when I do make my videos, I usually make it when I'm feeling what I'm feeling. And sometimes that's not always healthy for myself. So maybe I need to reflect a little bit before I put the video out. Because I notice in the videos, like it comes out with a lot of passion because I'm feeling it right now. However, I can understand how it may rub some folks the wrong way, so they miss the message. They don't hear the message. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned and grown from. And I can attach this back to the trauma and the healing the trauma part of it and where the growth is happening. This is an ongoing process. You have to understand and be graceful with yourself when you make mistakes and when you fall back or when it pops up again, because it's going to catch you off guard sometimes. We don't need to be walking around in this world with our guards up 24/7. We need to be aware, but you ain't got to have your guards up because you are safe. You know? And you got somebody that loves you and cares about you. You do. So I identified that maybe when I'm doing my videos, I don't like the rage. So I'll take my time in this area. The triggers will catch you off guard. The triggers will catch you off guard. Just when you thought you were running through this world full of happiness and joy, the trigger will pop up and catch you off guard because your body is so familiar with responding the way that you're responding, in rage, in anger, because somebody is doing something wrong to you or hurtful to you, and that's how your body has learned to respond to it. You got to catch it and change the response. That's a part of changing the behavior. That's your trauma. And when it comes up and you didn't catch it and it get out of control a little bit, give yourself some grace. Apologize to yourself. Let your body know you don't have to respond like that. But as long as you reflect, identify it, you're going to continue to heal it. You're going to continue to grow. And that's where your work is going to be. Accepting it. You may fall back or relapse or do something that you used to do because you floating on autopilot and everything is good and you feel very safe, and you are safe. But you have to be aware when that thing is creeping up on you. And just check it. Check it when it's happening. I didn't check it last night. Well, actually I did by making the video and saying what I had to say, but I just didn't like that. It made me feel guilty how it came out. But I can let that go. Found out that, my body obviously been fighting some kind of virus. I think it's COVID for the last maybe week, and I've been working and I've been having triggers left and right with work. Last night, I was out of breath. I couldn't breathe. I'm still congested. My head was pounding, ringing. Sweating, in the heat. Like last night, my body kept feeling cold and hot. So I had a lot going on in my body, and my mind was under a lot of stress. And then something popped up and triggered the hell out of me. I worked through that one. Then I went to sleep and I woke up and I did not feel good at all. Like my head was spinning. I was about to pass out. And that's when I called my job. I said, hey, I'm not going to be able to work tonight. I'm sick. I'm under the weather. I'm not feeling good. I'm taking NyQuil, so I can't drive tonight. And the response was, this is totally unacceptable. Why didn't you let me know this morning that you were sick? The old me would have been crushed by his words. I want to snap on him and just go off on him. But I didn't. But it still triggered my trauma because of my response to him was polite when I didn't want to be polite. I said, well, this morning when I got off, I wasn't aware that I was sick. I'm just waking up and I'm letting you know now. He hangs up. What I wanted to say to him was, I ain't gonna say what I wanted to say, because there's been a lot going on since I started this new job with my management. That's very problematic, very triggering, and I try to ignore it and avoid them using discernment. But I know how my body feels when I approach the office or I see their car or know I gotta walk in the office and see them and deal with them. My body gets tense up and I'm in fight mode because they make me feel like I have to defend myself. Every single time I show up to work, my body learns to be in defense mode when I go to work. And I'm the one practicing cool, calm, collected, body calm down. You ain't gotta be in defense mode. I'm doing that work. Like I have to tell myself in my head over and over again, just go in there, you ain't gotta be in defense mode. Just so I don't snap and rage, because that's how my trauma is gonna make me respond when someone attacks me. So that happened. I'm still not feeling good. As you can see, NyQuil, drinking my tea, my turmeric tea, ginger. I'm doing all of that and I still don't feel good, but I may feel good enough to go to work tonight. I'm gonna get about 6 to 7 hours more of sleep and see how I feel. I went for a walk, so I exercised my body. But back to the work. This is hard stuff you're gonna be going through. And it's all about how you respond. The more you practice it, the better you're gonna feel. And the better you feel, the more you're gonna be more happy and healthy. You're gonna feel normal, like your normal self again. Now, because all of this stuff is fresh and it just happened yesterday and it's been piling up on me a little bit, I'm still kind of like not over it. I'm still hyper vigilant about people. And this stuff sucks because once you become aware of all of these new things you've been learning about, narcissism, about trauma, about what it does to you, once you start learning all this information and learning all the words and going and doing the research behind the psychology behind it all, this is hard work, and I think it's an ongoing process. This stuff sneaks up on you because it's embedded in a place in your body that happened to you so long ago, you don't even understand why you're responding the way you are to whatever event is happening right now. You gotta pull yourself right back in the moment. For those of you who've already done this work or are doing this work with yourself, you should understand exactly what I'm saying because you experienced it. To a person who hasn't been mentally broken by other people in their life, consider yourself blessed. This isn't for you. Maybe one day it'll be for you if something happens to you. This is for the person who hears me, who knows what I'm talking about. I'm doing this hard work because somebody else did the hard work and laid it out for me. I had to go searching and digging for it. There are thousands and thousands of us walking around broken, mentally disturbed, not because we're mentally disturbed people, because we're allowing things to mentally disturb us that someone else is doing to you. But your power is learning these tools and applying them. Tell the truth. I'm not saying broadcast sensitive information about yourself that you don't want someone to use against you, because you're gonna have a hater out there somewhere in this world waiting to hate on you. They can't hurt you. I was critical about myself, about exposing my job and my name, my real name. What can they do? It's the truth. I'm allowed to tell the truth about my life and what's happening to me in my life. So you can try to expose me. It ain't gonna hurt me. If I lose my job, I'll get another one. I don't have to be in defense mode. I don't have to hide anything about who I am, what I've done, what happened, because I can accept my fault and I can go right back to the truth. And you can do it too. So the truth of the matter is, I should have told my boss how I really felt, but I was aware that may have came out in a nasty way. So I didn't. What happened? I suppressed it. What happened? It triggered the trauma. What happened? It hurt me, not him. All the way back to that little kid. That's what I learned when I was at some point in my life, very young, how not to speak up for myself because I get hurt. And I've been walking around in this world as an adult, intellectually aware of my surroundings, knowing right from wrong. But some of the choices I made were made as a hurt little boy. And you probably been doing that to yourself too. And you probably still doing it to yourself. You may be drinking it out to cover it up. You may be smoking it to cover it up. You're doing something that's hurting you to cover it up. You don't got to keep hurting yourself, because you are safe and you are loved. You are seen, and you're probably one of those beautiful people in this world, because you have empathy, you have compassion, you give a lot of love to people. I know you because I know me, and I know that's what I've been doing. You've been accepting broken people left and right because you want to fix them, because you didn't know how to fix yourself. The tools are right there inside of you. You got to apply them. I wish somebody would have told me these things, or I would have lost my mind again and again and again. I had to do the work. I had to go searching and learning about this stuff. At this point, I feel like I could be a therapist. As much research as I've done, day in, day out. But if you don't understand it, it gets away from you. Going back to something I said in a prior video, if you understand something, you can defeat it. Our brain's a powerful tool. It's like a computer. You can crack the code to any problem that you're facing in your life. Crack the code. Clear out the distractions. Be honest with yourself. You gotta be brutally honest with yourself. And get back to the truth. This ain't about being a victim. You were no victim. You were a victim when you were a child and somebody did something wrong to you. But as this adult person who's been around making these choices, all the way down to the person you chose to be with, you're no victim. You're not. I know that's the story you're probably telling yourself. I know you can find every reason why somebody else did something to you wasn't your problem. Makes you feel good to shift that blame off on somebody else. It makes you feel good to be the victim, to get other people to come and cater to you, because you're victimizing yourself. You might not want to hear this, but it's the truth. And if you tell the truth to yourself, it's going to release you. It's going to release you so you can show up in this world as you. You at whatever age you are right now. Because it cannot hurt you. So for me, yesterday and now today, the growth has happened. I did beat myself up a little bit, so I wasn't able to sleep because it was all in my head, all on my mind. Damn, I called out of work. I let the stress get to me. And I'm sick. So when that trauma got reactivated, my body was responding. It probably made the virus even worse. Because now I'm not eating. Because I don't have an appetite. Because I'm in my head. Now I got the guilt. Carrying a little guilt. That ain't mine to carry. But I just want to make this video. I wanted to make it a little bit quick. Remember, there's always somebody going to be there for you. I'll be there for you if you need me. If you prefer someone else, there is somebody there for you. Find somebody you can talk to. Find somebody who is going to be brutally honest with you, because that's where your solutions are at. The person who's going to tell you the truth. But you got to tell the truth too. All right. I love y'all. I gotta get some rest. Peace.